This game is called Dear Esther. This is the Landmark Edition. Don't know the difference between this one and the normal one. But let's dive right into it, because I am excited to play it, and I don't understand why it does that, where like I click off the thing and it takes my audio away. But anyways, Dear Esther, Landmark Edition. I don't know anything about this game other than it came up on a recommendation when I was like scrolling through Steam the other night, and I was like, ooh, this seems good. And then shout out to DB in chat who had a game code for this. So shout out to DB for hooking it up. We love that. All right, let's dive in. Shout at me if audio is like too high, too low, whatever. Let me know. So we have the lighthouse, the buoy, the caves, and the beacon. Progress is saved at the end of each chapter. Oh no. Okay, I hope there's not like a mechanic where I potentially die in this game, because like only saved at the end of the chapter is a little scary. Let's go for it. Dear Esther.
Dear Esther, the gulls do not land here anymore. I've noticed that this year they seem to shun the place. Maybe it's the depletion of the fishing stock driving them away. Perhaps it's me. When he first landed here, Donnelly wrote that the herds were sickly and their shepherds the lowest of the miserable classes that populate these Hebridean islands. 300 years later, even they have departed.
The Hebrides, aren't those in like the UK? Aren't those up near like Ireland, Scotland kind of idea? I think that's where those are at. Oh, I can move. Haha. Okay. We're like on the coastline here. Okay. I have a flashlight, that's good. The graphics remind me of like Fallout New Vegas kind of idea. Oh, what the hell? Is that like a hydrogen atom bond kind of thing? It's chemistry on the walls? Why are we drawing chemistry on the walls? Creepy. Okay, we have chemistry on the walls. I don't know if this game is better with a keyboard and mouse or if it's better with a controller. Let me try the controller real quick. Might be better with... Let's play with controller. Okay, there's a crow. I'm gonna play this with controller. What's in here? More paint. This looks like glow-in-the-dark kind of paint is what it looks like. Huh. Esther, too, not Esther. I was, like, overemphasizing the H. I don't know where to go, so let's go along the side here, I guess. You're late and there's an ad. Well, welcome on in, Theo. Hope you're doing good, man. No worries on being late. You show up when you can. I appreciate it. Okay. I don't know if I should have gone up the cliffside or staying down the beach was the right choice here. No idea. This is very UK kind of beach, though, for sure. Which I'm pretty sure the Hebrides are, like, near... I think they're near Scotland, I think is where they're at. They're like an actual island chain, though. Is this trash? This is just trash. Okay. Some old crab pots here. I think I needed to go up the cliffside. It's kind of looking like I should have gone up the cliffside, because I see like a handrail and stuff there. I think I should have gone up there. Oh well, we'll find it. Oh, cool. There's another stair here. We don't have to go back. Perfect. Can I jump?
Those islands in the distance,
oh, I can zoom in,
sure,
though.
are nothing more than relics of another time. Sleeping giants, somnambulist gods laid down for a final dreaming. I wash the sand from my lips and grip my wrist ever more tightly. My shaking arms will not support my...
It is the UK.
diaries.
Okay, I thought it was in the UK. That also... So A and B both... Does everything... All my other buttons just zoom things in? Every button... Every button besides the joysticks just zooms in. Okay, cool. We have two keybinds. Love it. This kind of reminds me of the Oregon coast too, honestly. Like, the cold, the wind, the rain, like, this is just the Pacific Northwest. I feel like I've been to this beach in Oregon, probably. Especially with, like, the lighthouse. I've totally been to this beach, like. Everything just... I was so hoping there was, like, a sprint or something. Okay, directional pad does the same thing.
Afternoon sunlight. He landed on the south side of the island, followed the path to the bay and climbed the mount. He did not find the caves, and he did not chart the north side. I think this is why his understanding of the island is flawed, incomplete. He stood on the mount and only wondered momentarily how to descend. But then, he didn't have my reasons.
What are your reasons? It sounds like our narrator has ulterior motives, potentially? Who is reading Donnelly? Explorer of some kind, I guess? Huh.
When someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath.
I see that, yeah.
You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boats, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
Okay, so there was some sort of plague, some sort of disease here that killed people? Interesting. What kind of disease are we talking about? Huh. I feel like I missed something going up this pathway. I feel like there's like more to like our right somewhere.
We are not like Lot's wife, you and I. We feel no particular need to turn back. There's nothing to be seen if we did. No tired old man parting the cliffs with his arms. No gifts or Bibles laid out on the sand for the taking.
Okay, I can just walk up
no
this.
tides turning or the shrieking gulls overhead.
Maybe not.
The bones of the hermit are no longer
Maybe
laid
not.
out for the taking. I have stolen them away to the guts of this island, where the passages all run to black, and where we can light each other's faces by their strange luminescence.
What is this game about? I have no idea. This is the first time I've ever played it. I have no clue what it's about. Basically, we find ourselves on, I guess, one of the islands in the Hebrides, and we're starting to learn about about it from the narrator. We know that, like, the lines cut into this cliffside over here, those, like, white parallel lines, are cut there to indicate to anybody that might be coming by in the ocean that there is disease and pestilence here, that someone died, that they shouldn't land here because we don't like it might cause them to encounter more death. So don't come here, basically. Okay, so we gotta stay on the pathways. I can see the other railing up there, but we have to like stay on this pathway, so. And we came here? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. We spawned on, like, in a shed next to the ocean. I don't know. That's part of the joy of it. We got to figure out what the hell this is all about. You know about as much as I do. We're just meandering our way through a nice little hike here. Definitely looks like a Pacific Northwest kind of day. What is that thing? Oh, it's a rock. It almost looks like a person. I feel like I'm like on edge of like something's about to like happen to us, but I don't know if anything will. You know what I mean? Like I have like a looming sense of doom, but I don't think anything actually doom-wise happens to us. I don't know. It's very, very weird feeling to try to describe.
Dear Esther, I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason, or retribution, he
There's
still
a lot of characters
spiraled
being
in
introduced by
panic,
the narrator here.
thrown high and lucid by his
Okay, we got
own
a
dented
ship
bonnet.
crash.
Responsibility had made him old. Like us,
We've got a cave.
he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
So we've had Paul, we've had Redding.
This hermit, this seer,
Had a couple.
this distant historian of bones and old bread, where did he vanish to?
Oh,
Why?
whoa.
Asked the farmers. Why? Asked Jakobsen. Why bother with your visions at all if you're just to throw your arms up at the cliff and let it close in behind you?
This is a different
and
narrator,
seal you
too.
into the belly of the island, a museum shut to all but the most devoted.
No, I think it's an octopus. It's not a dick. I think it's supposed to be an octopus of some kind. There's the same chemical symbol that we saw in the shed. Okay, so 2 carbons, an oxygen, and 4 hydrogen. C2... God, me trying to remember chemistry now. I don't know what that is. It's not going to be like oxygen or water or carbon dioxide. It looks like there's another, like, bond supposed to be here on this lower side below the OH. But I don't know what bond would go there. But that's definitely a chemical symbol. So what is this thing? This just makes me think of like a squid or an octopus or something, but I'm not 100% sure if that's what it's supposed to be. Got like a triangle at the bottom. The legs are what makes me think it's like an octopus of some kind. And then we have these like... No, it's not Hatsune Miku. We have these weird... They look like an eye, honestly, coming out of the wall. This is like a tree with that same little eye, and that looks like a crack. Huh. There was nowhere to go inside this cave? It's just the drawings? It's just the drawings, okay. Oh, and there's another... Oh! Oh! That's, No, those are, what do you call brain cells? These are like cells, right? What the hell's a brain cell called? Oh my god. It's, a neuron? I'm pretty sure that's what a neuron looks like. Neuron. Images. Oh my god, that's totally what it is. It's okay, it's a neuron. That's absolutely what that is. That's a neuron. Okay, cool. Okay, so we have drawings of neurons, and we have a chemical equation. Okay, I really want to know what this chemical is. Hang on. I'm going to look this up. Let's see here. Okay, so... 2 carbon, oxygen, H6, I think. C2H6O. That would make sense. We'd have 1, 2... No, because then that's... C2H6O is the molecular formula of dimethyl ether. Or, what does it say? It's... Sorry, new phone. I'm trying to, like, log into all my stuff. Dimethyl ether, or otherwise known as ethanol. Okay, so it's a chemical symbol, I think, for ethanol? Yeah. And then I don't know what that's supposed to be. So if the other ones are neurons, and that's ethanol, what the hell is that supposed to be? Interesting. Okay, I don't know why it's ethanol and... I mean, theoretically, I think you can drink ethanol as, like, a form of drinking alcohol if you were, like, desperate enough, I guess. Huh. And it's all done in this, like, not glow-in-the-dark paint, but seems like it's glow-in-the-dark paint. Oh, you said that? Yeah. Okay. I keep looking for a jump button and everything just zooms in. Still getting me. Let's go up to these cuttings in the cliffside if we can. Just kind of following the pathway. I have no idea where this leads right now. I see like a radio tower in the distance.
I've become convinced I am not alone here, even though I'm equally sure it is simply a delusion brought upon by circumstance. I do not, for instance, remember where I found the candles, or why I took it upon myself to light such a strange pathway. Perhaps it is only for those who are bound to follow.
Okay. Have we learned the name of the narrator? I don't feel like we have yet. This, like, circle of rocks feels almost like Stonehenge-esque kind of idea. Huh. Where does our trail go? So that's where we came down from originally. So I guess the trail leads this way? You see what I mean? Like, I just have this impending sense of something's gonna happen. It's just like a weird, like, anxiety. I think I'm just, like, getting the creepies a little bit. I'm just, like, a little bit spooked. Oh, we're loading. Okay.
Dear Esther.
That was chapter 1 somehow?
The stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol
I think I missed stuff.
21 times.
I think I missed
things. I
things.
have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimeter using my ordnance survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome break services, but although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
I feel like I missed something. Can I go back? Probably not, right? No, I cannot. Damn. Yeah, I feel like I missed something there. I feel like I should have explored more of the island. Crap. Oh well, I guess. We'll keep moving forward. I still feel like I have no sense of what's actually going on. Oh, wow. Okay. Big shipwreck. Big shipwreck. I'm guessing the storyline wants us to go down to the shipwreck. Let's go this way. Try and get like a better view of it. This piano is really good. It's kind of like, it's like hauntingly sad in a way, you know? Looks like a fishing boat. Looks like a fishing boat, but it had the, like, cargo containers on it. I wouldn't say that that's a cargo ship, but I guess they were using it as a cargo ship? Huh. Interesting. Where's the cliffside that had the stuff, like, carved into it? Do we miss that somewhere? Are we below it, maybe? There's another, like, little light buoy. Oh, wow. Okay, there is just shipwreck after shipwreck here, because there's another one out there. Is that another one over there? Good lord. Okay. Frickin' Death Island here. My god.
I've begun to wonder if Donnelly's voyage here was as prosaic as it was presented. How disappointed not to have found the bones of the holy man. No wonder he hated the inhabitants so. To him, they must have seemed like barnacles mindlessly clinging to a mercy seat.
Okay, this dead ends.
Why cling so hard to the rock? because it is the only thing that stops us from sliding into the ocean.
Wait, what does it say?
Into oblivion.
And neither did he eat nor drink. What the hell is that supposed to mean? And that was definitely written on there after the fact. So is it the same person who's writing that that's doing like the drawings of the ethanol and neurons in the cave? Must be, right? And we had ethanol in the cabinet, or not cabinet, cabin, hut, shed, whatever you want to call it, at the very beginning. I'm really having a way with my words tonight, aren't I? Really doing a number with my English. I could absolutely shortcut down this. Yay! Love a good shortcut. Does this path go anywhere, or is this also a dead end? I'm looking at that white thing over there. I think it might be another drawing, actually. Huh. This one also dead ends. Okay. We got lots of dead-ending pathways here. Oh, I guess it doesn't dead end. It switches back. Just kidding. Alternate way down. Yeah, this is quite the shipwreck. What is that? 5 containers it had? Can we get any sense of what was in these containers? My guess and like my initial thought is like chemicals, based on the fact that we've had chemical symbols. Can't read anything on that. Okay. What is that? That's luminous paint. Okay, so that's the paint we've been seeing everywhere. Came in on the ship here. There's luminous paint everywhere. So it is glow-in-the-dark paint. I thought it was glow-in-the-dark paint. It's what it looked like. Interesting. I want to see what this... Yeah, it is another drawing. You can see it there. Let's go look at this other ship here in this drawing. And neither did he eat nor drink. What is that supposed to mean?
There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
So is that pointing to the electrical tower? Must be, right? And we have that wrecked boat there. I think that's referencing... Yeah, that's referencing the tower that we can see right there. Okay, so do we need to go to that tower? Can we explore this boat first? Let's try exploring the boat first. I'm assuming we can get on the ship? I don't know. There's no ability to, like, jump over anything, so we'd need to find, like, a ramp that allows us to walk up it. Maybe over here we can walk on top of the shipping containers, perhaps? Negatory. Okay, so I can't get on this ship at all. Okay. Cool. Cool. Sure. It looked like the pathway went to the left there, up here to head towards the tower, so I guess we head towards the tower. Yeah, because I see the fence line and stuff moving this way, so... Oh, here's our pathway. A whole-ass muffler, okay. Car parts?
I had kidney stones, and you visited me in the hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
Oh. Hold on. So his Esther, whoever Esther is dead, it sounds like. Because Esther was hit by a drunk driver, essentially is what that line means. So if Esther is dead, are we then the narrator? We must be the narrator, right? Is that who we're playing as? I'm assuming that's who we're playing as. So we're on some sort of like adventure in Esther's memory, perhaps? Kind of like recounting the end of our lives, maybe? Are we here to like end our life?
Is this what Paul saw through his windscreen? Not Lot's wife looking over her shoulder, but a scar in the hillside, falling away to black forever.
Can I jump into this? I can!
Come back.
Die from falling off a cliff. Nice. I can jump in there. I'm gonna do it again.
Come back.
Come back. I don't want to come back. I want to jump into this hole. Okay, one more time just for luck. Just for luck. There we go.
Come back.
Oh, that's too fun. Oh, there's a house up there. Okay. How did I approach this hole? Where did I come from? I came from that side, right? Yeah, I came from that side and jumped into the hole. Okay, so we're heading towards the house then. Yeah, because we came from the beach. And our radio tower should be somewhere off to our left, I think. Got a whole bunch of switchbacks. Wow, you can see the pathways and stuff through here. Okay.
I've begun my ascent on the windless slope of the western side. The setting sun was an inflamed eye squeezing shut against the light shone in by the doctors. My neck is aching through constantly craning my head up to track the light of the aerial. I must look downwards, follow the path under the island to a new beginning.
Follow the path under the island. Oh shit, there's like medical supplies. Someone was doing surgery here. Those are like surgical tools. What the hell? Yeah, those are absolutely surgical tools. Huh. Okay. Weird. I don't know why there's like bloody surgical tools in a dilapidated shed on an island. Bit creepy. Oh, there's our tower. It's up there. Okay.
The bothy was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jakobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him either.
Huh. So it sounds like anybody who has ever tried to come to this island is not like successfully lived here. They've all died, basically. It's kind of what it sounds like. A bail notice. Okay. Okay, is this showing... I'm trying to pull the chemistry out of my ass here. Is this showing electron transfer? Maybe? Is this showing like unpaired electron or unfinished electron shells and it's showing transfer, or is this showing bond strength? God, I do not remember my college chemistry. I absolutely do not remember college chemistry. It's been way too long since I last took a chemistry class to remember all of that. I remember like bits and pieces, but not a ton. Is this it here again? Would that be called covalent bonds? Or no, covalent bond is when it's a shared electron, right? Is that a covalent bond? Is that what I'm remembering? This looks like kind of the squid thing again, whatever this is supposed to be. I think that's right. I think a covalent bond is a shared electron. I think that's what that is.
My heart is landfill. These false dawns waking into the still never light.
What is
I
this
sweat for you in the small hours and wrap my blankets into a mass. I have always heard the waves break on these lost shores, always the gulls forgotten. I can lift this bottle to my ear, and all there ever is for me is this Hebridean music.
Huh. So it looks like this is like maybe medicine of some kind? If that's supposed to be a bathtub, yikes. Basic living, I guess. I'm trying to read some of these. I don't know what that's supposed to be. There's a lot of writings here, but I can't read any of it. A lot of writings. Oh, there's music sheets. Okay, we got some music sheets. A lot of books. Oh, an ultrasound photo. Okay. So someone modern has been here. We have an ultrasound photo. All right. There's the bedroom. There's a trunk. Can we read this at all? No. I can't make out what that is. I don't know what language that is in. Oh. Bird just jump scared me a little bit. Is this more of that paint? Yeah, luminous paint. That's more paint. Okay. Why so much glow-in-the-dark paint on this island? I feel like that doesn't make sense to have on a remote island like this, right? Why would you have glow-in-the-dark paint here? I feel like that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Is that just fog, or is that like smoke coming from something? I think it's just fog. Huh. Okay, and what is this supposed to be? Looks like it was another room, perhaps, but I don't know what it was a room for. Okay. I think we want to keep going up if we can. Does this allow us to go up this direction? Because there's a way down over there. Or is that just like a secondary way up? This does allow us to walk up here. Okay. Okay, not right there, though. How about here? No. Okay, I can't actually walk up that. I thought I was going to be able to. Okay, I cannot just walk up that. All right. I guess we do go... Yeah, because the tower's up there, and I feel like that's where we need to be going. I guess we just keep following this path. What's on the other side of the island over here? Because there's like pathways that kind of like zigzag all across the front of this. Are there pathways that lead more to like this side over here somewhere? So what is in this direction? Can we see more shipwrecks maybe? Another little alcove. Another cave. Yeah, what's up, Jesse? How are you, man? Somewhere Dak can fall off of. I already jumped into the giant pit hole. And I will jump off this one, too.
Come back.
No, I want to live again. I want to die again. I'm going for it. I'm going for it. Why is there not a jump button? I can lightly fall and survive, but I can't like go off of big jumps. Then I die. Okay, I'll stick to the path.
I'm fallen, and I can't get up.
Oh, okay, so that's the pathway that led down. Can I sneak my way down this without dying? Hell yeah, I can. Okay, so that was the pathway that we were meant to come down. Was there an alternate route off of this pathway, or did it just lead down? I think it just led down. Yeah, there's a fence that just leads down. Okay. So we must need to go into this next cave then, is what I'm thinking. Hello, cave. Oh, okay, I actually did fall that time. I did not mean to actually go off that side.
Come back.
That was a misstep. I did purposely jump off the other ones. That one, not so much.
Pull the lever, Gronk.
Wrong lever! Why do we even have that lever? Thanks, Jesse. I'm glad you got my back.
What to make of Donnelly, the laudanum and the syphilis? It is clearly not how he began.
Syphilis, okay.
But I've been unable to discover if the former was a result of his visiting the island or the force that drove him here. For the syphilis, a drunk driver smashing his insides into a pulp as he stumbled these paths, I can only offer my empathy. We're all victims of our age. My disease is the internal combustion engine and the cheap fermentation of yeast.
The narrator's like speaking in like a certain poetic type of prose that I'm like, I feel like I can't fully grasp what he's telling us. Like obviously like the drunk driver, but like he said drunk driver a couple times. Like how would his body be smashed by that of a drunk driver? Is
they found
while
Jacobson
on the
in
island.
early spring.
I feel like I'm missing
the thaw
something.
had only just come. Even though he'd been dead nearly 7 months, his body had been frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose. All around him, small flowers were reaching for the weak sun. The goats had adjusted happily to life without a shepherd and were grazing freely about the valley. Donnelly reports they hurled the body in fear and disgust down the shaft, but I cannot corroborate this story.
Oh, it's the bones of yet another shipwreck. Holy shit, how many ships have crashed here? Like, every single one that comes near this place has crashed. This is a very old shipwreck, though. Whole thing's basically gone at this point. Damn, okay. Do we have 2 caves to explore? Because we have this one here and then the long, dark cave.
Climbing down to the caves, I slipped and fell and have injured my leg. I think the femur is broken. It is clearly infected.
What am I hearing?
The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves, winter tides against my shoreline, drowning out the ache of my stones.
What the hell am I hearing?
I struggled back to the bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose. They will keep me lucid for my final ascent.
Okay, we have signs of life. We have a lit candle. And we have, like, what sounds like a religious chanting? Shaft of light from above. Oh, God. Okay, that was chapter 2, apparently. That's the end of chapter 2. I fell into a cave.
Did Jacobson crawl this far? Can I identify the scratches his nails ruined into the rocks? Am I following him cell for cell, inch for inch? Why did he turn back on himself and not carry through to the ascent?
I didn't even get to go explore the other cave. I keep, like, not doing the side stuff. I keep somehow, like, mainlining the stories perfectly. Okay. Another candle. Is there someone here besides us? More of this luminescent paint everywhere. Interesting. I feel like I'm like accidentally sticking exclusively to the main storyline and not doing any of the side quest stuff. So I feel like I'm not exploring more. So what's up this way? It's kind of cool. We got like these like lava tubes and like bioluminescent like fungi, it looks like. Ooh, we got more chemical symbols. Oh, we have a lot of more. Holy crap. Oh, and the caves go up. Okay. Another candle.
I first saw him sat by the side of the road. I was waiting for you to be cut out of the wreckage. The car looked like it had been dropped from a great height. The guts of the engine spilled over the tarmac, like water underground.
Okay, so he's describing our car crash when we got hit by a drunk driver. Okay, there's a new chemical symbol. Looks like we include nitrogen, NH2, which I don't know what NH2 is. Nitrogen dihydrogen nitride, or something like that, or nitrate, whatever. I can't remember what the language endings are. And then we have 2 oxygen hydrogen combos. I don't know what that chemical symbol is for. Looks like this is maybe supposed to be more neurons. No idea what that's supposed to be. And this like same squid type creature again. Huh. Potentially more neurons. Whoa. Okay, now that is a circuit. Right? That's the outlines of a circuit. I'm pretty sure. Like if you're gonna like map out an electrical circuit, I'm pretty sure that's what that would look like, right? Huh. Interesting. And what do we have here? This also looks like the mappings of a circuit of some kind. Such strange things to have painted on a cave. More neurons. Can't quite make out what that's supposed to be. More circuitry. And another neuron. And then we're back to this initial chemical symbol. Huh. Intriguing. I have no idea what any of that is supposed to represent for us yet. Let's keep going up our caves. That's a hole. And we have nowhere to go but in. I was actually supposed to jump into that one. The one hole I'm actually supposed to jump into. I didn't realize this was a game about spelunking. Okay, is it stalactites that come from the ground, and stalagmites come from the ceiling, or do I have that backwards? I can never remember which one's which. Couldn't tell you for the life of me. I think I have that right. I think stalagmites are from the ceiling, or what did I just say? I don't remember what I just said. I don't know which is which. I forgot what I even just said. Okay, another little, like, water tube. Let's keep going this way, I guess. I feel like at high tide, this place would completely flood. Also, where is all of this water going? You would think this is filling up, but it doesn't seem to be filling up at all. You just know that this would be slick as shit, and there's no way we're walking on this without falling. This is so slick. Oh, hey, there's where we came up. Another candle. There's got to be someone else here with candles being lit, right? Like, there's no way those candles just sit there and burn forever, obviously. Like, there's got to be someone else here. So I think we were Esther's husband. And I'm not sure why we're on this island still. Esther's dead, died in a car crash, killed by a drunk driver. Got that much. You had Jakobsen came here and built the cabin, had goats and died. And then we had Donnelly, Redding Donnelly was the other person who landed here. And I can't remember exactly what happened to him. And then they carved the lines in the cliffside to mark death and to ward people away. I feel like that's all the information I've actually gathered. Oh wow, this place is
traversing my own death throes. The infection in my leg is an oil rig that dredges black muck up from deep inside my bones.
This place is huge.
I swallow fistfuls of diazepam and paracetamol to stay conscious. The pain flows through me like an underground sea.
So it looks like we take this pathway up. So let's go to the right here and explore this other direction a little bit, I guess. Go deeper into the cave. Starting to find like minerals and stuff down here. Some actual like crystal structures. That's cool. Dude, an underground river is kind of crazy. Got a little underground beach here. This is wild looking. Oh, there's more symbols. There's more cave drawings. I think that's supposed to represent like if the other ones were circuits, I think that represents like a resistor. I want to say. Yeah, because we have more circuit drawings. Okay, this is as far as we can go this direction. Huh. Interesting. The music in this game is lovely, I gotta say. Oh, that's a beautiful, like, old pot kind of there, too. Reminds me a lot of like Lord of the Rings type atmospheric kind of music. Oh yeah, there's another little resistor painting. And then is this the same chemical symbol we've seen a couple of times? Yeah, NH2 and a double oxygen-hydrogen pair. Okay. What is this one? I didn't see that one when we walked in. What is that one over there? And I guess, yeah, let's go up the cave. We went down the cave. Let's go up the cave and see what's up the cave. Huh. What is this thing supposed to represent? I I feel like maybe this one's trying to give us, like, direction of some kind? Don't know. I don't know if there's anything down this end of the cave. The other end of the cave we couldn't even get out of if we wanted to. Can I get out this way? I can get to here. Okay, no. Can't actually go anywhere. Okay, so the only way we can go is up, apparently. All right. Can I get back up on the land? I guess not. Okay, I'm swimming. We're swimming it out against the current. Do I have to swim all the way up to this beach? Did I screw myself? There's no jump button. It's all just zoom. Yeah, okay, we'll get out of this beach. I still can't believe everything is just a zoom button. Why do I feel like I'm going backwards? Do I go backwards when I look down? I must go backwards when I look down. Huh. Okay, now we're out of the water finally. So I guess we go up. What is up? What's up? Huh. Like light up there. Oh, that must be where we're heading to, is up there. Still not sure what that one represents. Hydrogen monoxide. What is hydrogen monoxide? I know that that's hydrogen monoxide, but I don't remember what hydrogen monoxide actually is. Is it like another alcohol-related thing? Because we've had ethanol, and we've talked a lot about drunk drivers. So is there like an alcohol connection to all of this? Another neuron. This one looks interesting. This looks more like a, I mean, it is a neuron, but it looks more like a, like they're starting to look like trees a little bit too, you know? Oh, whoa, this is wild looking in here. What the heck? That must be the way out, so let's go this way.
I will hold the hand you offered to me. From the summit down to this well, into the dark waters where the small flowers creep for the sun. Headlights are reflected in your retinas, moonlit in the shadow of the crematorium chimney.
Oh, whoa. Whoa. Okay. Behold Damascus and someone. Holy crap. Okay, we got lots of drawings. Holy shit. This all looks like neurons. This is circuitry. There's all of these little things everywhere, too. And that's the same thing we saw in the original cave, and I don't know what it is still. More circuitry. That say Damascus is taken? Is that what that says? Damascus. Creepy. Very creepy. Away from being a city. Oh, here, what does it say? Away from being a city. And it shall be a ruinous, and it shall be a ruinous heap. Is that what that says? There's a lot of very prophetic language in this. Huh. Strange, dude. I don't know where that other little cave down went. I kind of want to go back and go down to that other cave. Okay, yeah, let's go back to the other cave. I think that's where we go down to the next chapter. So let's go back down here. I want to go see what that other cave does, because I keep doing that where I keep just, like, speed running through chapters, and I want to go back and explore that other cave. Because where does down go? If up takes us here, where does down go? This is like the writings of somebody who lost their shit kind of idea. Like, someone's gone completely insane down here. Also, the fact that they're like, logistically, you're lugging cans after cans after cans of this luminous paint everywhere you go. Like, this took so many cans of paint. Are you kidding me? Like, you're hauling all that shit down into this cave system? Okay. I guess maybe you can make it out of the mushrooms because they have, like, a natural bioluminescence, I guess? But we've seen the cans of paint. Like, we know it's a luminous paint. We know that's what that's painted with. Okay, there's that symbol again. I don't know what that one's supposed to represent. Another NH200H pair. I don't know what that's from. Okay, so back through here. And then it was the go left instead of right. So where does left lead us? Can I even go left? I can't even go left. Just kidding. I thought I could go left. I can't even go left. Never mind then. I won't go left. Oh, hey. Is this the hole I originally fell into? Kind of seems like it might be. Oh. Oh, I'm sinking to the bottom somehow? I don't know how I was just sinking to the bottom. Don't drown, Jack. That'd be bad. Do not drown. Can I go all the way to the bottom? Oh, I can swim down. Okay. I didn't realize I could swim down. Huh, alright. Good to know. Didn't know I could actually swim directionally. Okay, back through the insanity cave. And I guess we go down through that next little, like, water tube. Huh. Interesting. Let's see, did I miss any words anywhere? I feel like it just said Damascus is taken a few times. Right? Damascus. Damascus is taken. Damascus is taken backwards. Away from being a city. And it shall be a ruinous heap. Damascus is taken away from being a city, and it shall be a ruinous heap, is the full sentence. Okay, Damascus is in Jordan, right? The modern country of Jordan? Is that where Damascus is at? Do I have my geography right there? Huh. Is that maybe like a Bible verse or something? I'm trying to think of what the connection would be here. Interesting. don't know. Okay, underneath the algae and into the water again. Swim through a lava tube. Kind of cool, honestly. Okay. Oh! I fell. I fell. I was trying to read that and I just fell off of it. What the hell? We're underwater, but we're not underwater? It's a hospital bed. No, it's an operating table. With coins on it? And an IV bag. What the hell? Okay, we are in, like, Britain, but obviously all of Britain is underwater? What is happening? What on earth? That's some freaky shit, man. That's some freaky, freaky shit. Huh. Okay, so I fell again. That's fun. Operating table with coins. Is that related to Esther's death, maybe? Huh. I feel so confused as to what's happening. Okay, that's the end of chapter 3. I think this is the final chapter. I think there's only 4 chapters in this game. And I have no idea what's happening still. Okay, we're out of the caves. And we have a tent. Here. And it's nighttime now. Clothes everywhere. Huh. I'm lost, dude. I'm lost. I guess we follow the candles?
The moon over the Sanford Junction, headlights in your retinas. Donnelly drove a grey hatchback without a bottom. All the creatures of the tarmac rose to sing to him. All manner of symbols crudely scrawled across the cliff face of my unrest. My life reduced to an electrical diagram. All my gulls have taken flight. They will no longer roost on these outcrops. The lure of the moon over the Sanford Junction is too strong.
I feel like I have no idea what any of his, like, any of this means. Oh crap, did I just get myself stuck? Because yeah, we have another electrical circuit drawing here. I was right, those are circuit drawings. Oh, is this the car crash?
Come back.
I drowned. Was that? You could hear like a turn signal. Was that the car crash? Was that like flashes of the car crash? That's what that just felt like. That had to have been that, right? Huh. Oh, wow. Look how many parallel lines have been scratched into this cliff face. Oh my god, so many people here have died. Holy shit. And there's a ton of writing up there. It says something about journey and something. There's a ton of writing up there. So we are headed up to the tower, but like... Wow. There's a lot of people who have died here, apparently. Huh. Interesting. More ship crashes. Is that riding over there? It is riding over there. Looks like a docks kind of area. Is that what these were? Were these docks?
With a pocket full of stolen ash. Half of it fell out of my coat and vanished into the car's upholstery. But the rest I carefully stowed away in a box I kept in a drawer by the side of my bed. It was never intended as a meaningful act, but over the years it became a kind of talisman. I'd sit still, quite still for hours, just holding the diminishing powder in my palm and noting its smoothness. In time, we will all be worn down into granules, washed into the sea and dispersed.
What is this? Is this a computer? It is. Why do we have a shrine to a computer? And more surgical tools. No, it's a defibrillator, isn't it? It's a defibrillator. Yeah, that's what that is. That's a defibrillator. Interesting. Okay, we have a shrine to a defibrillator and more bloody surgical tools. I'm lost, man. I'll be honest. I'm lost. I'm intrigued as hell, but I'm lost. I'm going to go back along this cliffside because it looked like there might have been... Yeah, there's stuff up here. Are these photos of the accident? They must be, yeah. Huh, okay, so we have photos of Esther's accident. Sitting next to a candle on an island in the Hebrides. What? And we have a little one to the paint. Our spark-free or Sparkfire Luminous Paint Premium Plus. New and improved formula. Longer lasting. Okay. Interesting. So it looks like we have two options potentially, or just one. We go down and over towards that writing. And then we need to obviously go up. Is that a person? There's a person up there. That's a person, right? Like, that's what I'm seeing? That's totally another person. Oh, I just got shivers down my spine, dude. That's creepy. That's totally another person. Or is it like a cutout of a person? It's not moving. Is that a cutout of a person? Ah, freaky. I don't know, I'm getting like the shivers from that. Or is that just like a rock that looks like a person? Either way, it's freaking me out. Follow the candles, I think, is the goal here. Huh. Must be low tide right now. A much larger chemical symbol. And another photograph. That must have been Esther. Okay. Okay, we have a lot of nitrogen-carbon pairs going on here. Okay. Don't remember enough of my chemistry to know what that is representing. There's another little shrine. Oh, goodness. Make sure I'm not missing anything on these. So what's over here then? What is in this shrine? Do we have more? Oh, we have car parts. What the hell was that sound? Oh, that explains the muffler. So we have like shrines to these little pieces of Esther's life, including like all the stuff around her death is like has little shrines here. Because it's obviously like they tried to resuscitate her. That's what the AED is for.
There were chemical diagrams on the mug he gave me coffee in, sticky at the handle where his hands shook. He worked for a pharmaceutical company with an office based on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. He'd been travelling back from a sales conference in Exeter, forming a strategic vision for the peddling of antacid yogurt to the European market. You could trace the connections with your finger, join the dots, and whole new compounds would be summoned into activity.
So that's why we have the chemical symbols. A light from heaven shone around him. A light from heaven shone around him. Okay, yeah, these are definitely like Bible verses of some kind, right? And the guy he's talking about, is that the person who crashed into Esther, killing her? Or is... It sounds like that's who we're talking about. Huh.
From here, I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
Okay. So this is our doing. Much more established infrastructure here. Have like actual garage doors and stuff here. And like an actual like this looks like a boat ramp, but like there's no way you're getting like a truck and trailer here to like do a boat ramp. So like why would you need to have... Oh boy. On a sudden, a light from the heavens shone around him, and he fell to the ground. Bird eggs. Okay. I feel like I know that passage. I'm not much of a religious scholar, but it sounds so familiar. I'm not really sure what it would be from, but it sounds familiar. Make sure I'm not missing any like text written anywhere. Oh! I think I broke the game. I definitely fell through the map. I definitely saw the map go away. Did I just fall through the map? I definitely fell through the game. How did How did I do that? I totally fell through the map. I was walking. What just happened? Okay, this is gone. Yeah, okay. Any progress you made in this chapter will be lost? I fell through the map. What am I supposed to do? Oh my god. I fell through the fucking map. Are you kidding me? I have to rewalk all of that? Oh no. I have to rewalk all of that. Oh my god. I fell through the map of the game. You gotta be kidding me. I have to rewalk all of this? Oh, this is why we need a sprint button. How did I fall through the map? What? I'm so incredibly lost.
Donnelly in this place. We would have had so much to debate. Did he paint these stones or did I? Who left the pots in the hut by the jetty? Who formed
I don't remember this
museum
line,
under
so I
the
feel like we're
sea?
getting new lines.
Who fell silently to his death into the frozen waters? Who erected this godforsaken aerial in the first place? Did this whole island rise to the surface of my stomach, forcing the gulls to take flight?
He's also talking faster. Was that supposed to happen? No way me falling through the map and having to force quit the game, like, was supposed to happen. But I don't remember that line. Strange. Still can't tell if that's an
Dear
actual
Esther,
person up there.
I find each step harder and heavier. I drag Donnelly's corpse on my back across these rocks, and all I hear are his whispers of guilt, his reminders, his burnt letters, his neatly folded clothes. He tells me I was not drunk at all.
This is different. This is different lines. These are absolutely different lines. I don't remember that at all. What? Is it because I'm like speedrunning this to try to get back to where I was? This is so strange. Weird. Why would it give me different... Why would it give me different,
There were
like,
chemical
dialogue
stains on the
lines?
tarmac. The leak of air conditioning, brake fluid and petrol.
This is new too.
He kept sniffing at his fingers as he sat by the roadside, waiting as if he couldn't quite understand or recognize their smell. He said he'd been traveling back from a sales conference in Exeter. He'd stopped for farewell drinks earlier, but had kept a careful eye on his intake. You could hear the sirens above the idling traffic.
I feel like we're getting new information through all of this. What? Is it because of the pathway I took? Because I did take a slightly different pathway. I was down there last time. Is it like based on where you're at is the dialogue you get?
From here, I can see my arm mark.
It must be because this we did get.
I collected all the
We
letters
did
I'd
get
ever
this.
meant to send
Okay.
to you. If I'd have ever made it to the
Strange.
mainland, but had
Walk
instead
5,000
collected
steps.
at the bottom of my rucksack.
Because I
And
would
I
walk
spread them out along the lost
5,000
beach.
or 500 miles? I don't
Then
remember
I
the song.
took each and every one, and I folded them into boats.
Okay, please don't
I
let me fall through the
folded
map
you
this
into
time.
pieces, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces,
I think it was here I fell through the map?
consigned you to the Atlantic. And I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
I think we're good. We're not falling through the map this time. I think we're good. That was strange. We did get new dialogue, so like, it wasn't the end of the world. I don't know why we fell through the map. That was very strange. Glitched the game out, I guess. Not sure how I managed to do that.
A sound of torn metal, teeth running over the edge of the rocks, a moon that casts a signal. As I lay pinned beside you, the ticking of the cooling engine, and the calling from a great height, all my mind as a bypass.
Oh, so we were in the car with Esther? Interesting. It absolutely looks like a person. Like, that has to be a person, right? Nothing at this little waypoint. That is a person, yeah? Can I get up to where that person is? Is that possible? It's not seeming like it's possible. We have a bunch of text written on the side of the cliff face here. Maybe here's where we get up to that person.
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will
Yeah.
fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and carves parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
They're gone. They're gone. That was a person then. What the heck? Can I see them anywhere else? Or are they just like gone now? They were standing right here. What the shit? And as he was proceeding on his journey. Okay. This is all like tying together. Huh. Where did that person... There was totally a person there. Like, we looked at that. There was someone there. They weren't moving, but that was a person. And was come near and was coming and was come near to Damascus. And was come near to Damascus? And he was something. And neither did he
If
eat
only
nor
Donnelly
drink
had
again.
experienced
Okay.
this, he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I.
Huh.
Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
And he was 3 days without... And he was 3 days without sight. And neither did he eat nor drink. This has to be like a biblical reference, right? I feel like it has to be at this point. The person go by the tower more? don't see him up there. Huh. Let's go up to this little building
Returning
here.
to my car afterwards, hands still shaking, and a head split open by the impact. Goodbye to tearful aunts and traumatized uncles. Goodbye to the phenomenal. Goodbye to the tangible. Goodbye Wolverhampton. Goodbye Sanford. Goodbye Cromer. Goodbye Damascus. This cliff path is slippery in the dew. It is hard to climb with such an infection. I must carve out the bad flesh and sling it from the aerial. I must become infused with the very air.
Is Damascus also a place in the UK? This looks like a military installation of some kind. Was this place used as a military installation? Because, like, it must have been. Okay, now we're getting like chemical bonds mixed with circuitry. And as he was proceeding on his journey, oh, I didn't see that I could go to that building. Looks like I could have taken a switchback and gone to that other building. I don't know where that would take me, but... Huh. Yeah. And it came to pass that as I made my journey, and was something. Authorized personnel only, keep out. Unfenced cliff ahead, keep away from edge, extreme danger, unstable cliff edge. Okay. And as it came to pass that as I made my journey, and was can't read that. Noon. I can't read this. And I can't go over the edge because I'll fall off. And as it came to pass that I was on my journey, I can't figure out what that says. We're getting really high up here, though. Holy crap. So it looks like we could have gone to that building over there. And then maybe up along that ridge line. Potentially as well. I don't know. I feel like I've absolutely sped run parts of this game. Oh, I'm missing more. Suddenly there shone from heaven a light round about me. Suddenly from heaven there shone a light round about me, and I could not see
Not drunk, Esther.
for the
He was not
glory.
drunk at all. He had not drunk with Donnelly or spat Jakobsen back at the sea. He had not careered across the lost shores and terminal beaches of this nascent archipelago. He did not intend his bonnet to be crumpled like a spent tissue by the impact. His windscreen was not star-studded all over like a map of the heavens. His paintwork etched with circuit diagrams, strange fish to call the gulls away. The phosphorescence of the skid marks lighting the M5 all the way from Exeter to Damascus.
Oh, he's getting intense. Being led by the hands of men? Is that what that says? The hand of them. This definitely has like heavy religious connotations, I feel like. And holy shit has it gotten stormy up here. That we were with me. That were with me. Came into Damascus. Dude, the weather sounds in this game are incredible right now. Are you kidding me? Like with the in-ear monitors, I literally feel like I'm standing in this storm. This is hyper immersive. Holy crap. I feel like I'm there right now. Like I'm getting chilly because I feel like I'm there.
We will leave twin vapor trails in the air. White lines etched into these rocks. Dear Esther, I have burnt my belongings.
I'm not playing,
my
I'm just
books,
moving now.
This death certificate. Mine will be written all across this island. Who was Jakobsen? Who remembers him? Donnelly has written of him, but who was Donnelly? Who remembers him? I have painted, carved, hewn, scored into this space all that I could draw from him. There will be another to these shores to remember me.
Are we jumping off of this shit?
I will rise
Kinda
from
seems
the
like we
ocean
are.
like an island without bottom, come together like a stone, become an aerial, a beacon, that they will not forget you. We have always been drawn here. One day the gulls will return and nest in our bones and our history. I will look to my left and see Esther Donnelly flying beside me. I will look to my right and see Paul Jakobsen flying
We are
beside
Reading
me.
Donnelly.
They will leave white lines carved into
We
the
are
air
Reading
to
Donnelly.
reach the mainland, where help will be sent.
Oh, we are jumping off this shit, aren't we? Oh! Yeah, we are. Dude, that was a yeet off of the top of that. Holy crap, we threw ourselves a long way. I see the shadow of the bird. Are we the bird? Were we the drunk driver? I feel like that's what I'm feeling like we were. Redding Donnelly is who we were. Were we the drunk driver? We might have been. Is that the end of the game? It is. Huh. I'm actively a little bit lost at the moment. Like there is a lot to this in terms of like the overall story here. I feel like I'm missing something though. Huh. What an interesting game. I feel like I want to watch like a YouTube video that like explains what the hell just happened. Because like we let's think about this. Okay, so we were Redding Donnelly, and Redding Donnelly landed here. Jakobson was the sheep farmer, I think, who came to the island and built the hut, right? And our wife was the one who died in the drunk driving accident. I think we were the drunk driver. Did we kill our wife by accident in like the car crash? I think that's what happened. But I feel like I sped run somehow accidentally the first chapter, and I feel like we missed like some critical information in the very first chapter. This is a very interesting. I definitely need to watch a video to understand this better, because I feel like I feel like I missed something in the beginning, and for whatever reason, it doesn't like fill that in even if you miss it, or maybe I'm just like thick and can't follow like the poetry of the story that was just told. Huh. Can I speed through these? No, apparently I cannot. Interesting. Like I'm trying to think of like what I might have missed in this. Huh. Maybe there's something after the credits here? 2017 this game came out. Okay. So what did we miss? This just says resume. I know there was a thing where you could do it with, you could turn on director commentary somewhere. Huh. Interesting. Okay, yeah, I wanna look up a YouTube video on this and like figure out what it was that I just played. Because I feel like I'm actively a little bit lost here. Let's see. Dear Esther game explained. Because I definitely feel like I missed something. Story of Dear Esther explained. Okay, let's do this one.
Hauntingly beautiful.
Shout out to Beyond Horror Gaming.
Description that I could give to this game. At first, this was a mod for Half-Life, released in 2008, which is when I just got out of middle school. And this actually became the pioneer for the walking simulator genre in video gaming. Set on a desolate Viridian island in Scotland, the story unveils as you, the silent protagonist, navigate the barren terrain while listening to fragmented letters addressed to somebody named Esther. These letters, read by a melancholic narrator, are the foundation of the experience, weaving a tale that is as elusive as it is emotional. And today, we'll delve into the story to unravel its layers and explore its themes.
Yeah, I feel like I'm missing something out of all this.
Subscribe. If you like the video, show it. Give it a thumbs up.
Shout out to Beyond Horror if you guys want. Sub to them.
Engagement is engagement, and
W Creator for having this video up for us.
As the game
was an
begins,
expansion for
you find
Half-Life.
yourself on the shore of an unnamed island.
Okay.
Greeted by the narrator's voice.
The gulls do not land here anymore. I've noticed that this year they seem to shun the place.
Yeah, this is where we started.
It's clear that the words are part of a letter addressed to Esther, though the full context remains shrouded in mystery.
Yeah, it
the
did.
narrator's tone is somber and reflective, filled with vivid imagery and poetic language. From the outset, I got the hint that this isn't going to be a straightforward narrative. The story
definitely is not.
Its pieces
It is very
scattered like
fragmented.
the ruins that litter this island, but not as difficult to understand as Signalis was. If you play the
Don't even know what
landmark
Signalis
edition
is.
of Dear Esther, the director's
That's what we just
cut,
played.
which I did, a lot of the questions you might have had are actually answered by the developers directly. Walking forward,
So that was the
enter an
director
abandoned
commentary
building,
part.
Hearing voices along with a rising musical
That's the director
score.
commentary part. That's what you wanted the director commentary for. Got it.
Painted on
Okay.
the wall with a sort of almost bioluminescent green paint is a chemical structure, which is likely a representation of ethanol or a
Ethanol,
similar
okay,
organic
we got that right.
compound, as the specific arrangement of these atoms with carbon, hydrogen, and hydroxyl groups is consistent with molecules commonly found in alcohol chemistry. In the
Makes
context
sense
of
with
Dear
the whole
Esther,
drunk driver idea.
well,
That makes a lot of
you'll see.
sense.
Noticing the blinking red light, the narrator's voice guides you as you explore, speaking of people named Paul and Donnelly, and soon we would hear of Jakobsen.
Reading Donnelly by the week afternoon.
I forgot
sun.
about
He
Paul. I
landed
don't know who
on
the hell
south
Paul
side
was.
of the island.
We
Followed
were
the
reading
path to the
Donnelly,
bay
I'm pretty
and
sure.
climbed the mount.
Pretty sure that's who we
He
were.
did not find the caves, and he did not chart the north side.
Also, we did not go
I think
up at
this
the
is
start.
why
We
his
went along the beach at
understanding
the
of
bottom.
island is flawed, incomplete. He stood on the mount and only wondered momentarily how to descend. But then, he didn't have my reasons.
Each of these figures seems connected to Esther's story, though their roles remain unclear. The desolate island itself feels alive, almost like a character in its own right. Its
Yeah,
caves,
absolutely.
cliffs, and abandoned structures whisper of a past that you're only starting to hear. From afar, one might remark that its solemn beauty stems from the primordial atmosphere of being on that island. As dark clouds loom over your head, it's frightening but peaceful.
Huh.
It's only as you look closer at the finer details do you notice the litter in the ground, the stains of imperfection that bore into the island. In the same regards, the human soul, its essence, is composed of spots of darklings that whisper. And actually, the devs designed this island to where if you look at it from the right angle, you'll see a woman laying on her side. Looking upon the
Oh,
shipwreck,
interesting. Okay.
as the narrator writes to Esther about driving on a highway, a shade appears in the corner of my eyes, and as quickly as I noticed it, it vanishes.
Yeah.
Taking the road ahead, leaving oblivion behind.
What
Hear
the
about
hell?
how Esther
I wasn't the one
was
seeing
taken
stuff.
by the car of a drunk. It's safe for you now to assume that Esther is wifey. Was wifey.
His wife.
Arriving at a bothy, a Scottish term for a cottage, I take a
Ah,
peek
okay, I
inside
didn't know
to
what a
see its
bothy was.
dilapidated state, yet admiring its beauty from the outside.
I didn't know it was a term for a
Three
cottage.
cormorants
There you go.
seen at dusk. They did not land. This house built of stone, built by a long-dead shepherd.
I know a cormorant is a type of
My
bird.
camp bed, a stove, a table, chairs, my clothes, my books. The caves that score out the belly of this island, leaving it famished. My limbs and belly famished. This skin, these organs, this failing eyesight. When the battery runs out in my torch, I will descend into the caves and follow only the phosphorescence home.
However, on the table, we see
Yeah.
the baby's ultrasound, which we will talk
Was-
about soon.
Was that? I
Stepping off
forgot
a
about the
cliff to see
ultrasound.
what would happen? The screen goes dark.
I never
In
did
this
go into that
abyss,
cave
We
there.
hear the clicking sounds of a car's hazard lights, as well as the ultrasound of an
I
unborn
did he-
baby's beating heart. Before we
Okay.
hear the whispered begging, come,
Come
back.
back.
Descending, or was I pulled into this cave? Surrounded by mysticism personified, I found myself enveloped.
There are so
by
many
an
layers to
ethereal
this.
beauty.
My goodness, I
Entering
love
the
it.
cave, passing
I
the
love how,
green and
like,
blue water reflections that danced
How
slowly
detailed
along the
some all
walls.
like the little
I could
like
hear the
pieces
haunting
are.
singing of a woman.
So interesting. So, Esther was pregnant then, yeah? Is that the takeaway we have from the ultrasound? She was pregnant
But
when she
who
died?
lit all these candles, I wondered.
That was
As
my
I
question.
approached the waterfalls cascading into the pool below, I leapt without hesitation, not even a gasp escaping my lips.
Oh, I gasped several times. I gasped several times when I fell off of my cliffs.
Beneath the water, I lingered, captivated by the resonant sound around me. And there,
The sounds in
submerged,
this were
I
really
realized
cool.
I had no need to breathe. For if my wife had come to pass, so too should I cease to exist. Oxygen was unnecessary. I could have stayed under there forever. And yet, I climbed upwards and onwards, emerging through the glowing ice blue light into a vast cavern with the river winding its way through.
Okay, this
The
guy is
symphony
an
of
amazing
sounds were
YouTuber. Like,
richer,
his storytelling through this is
accompanying
incredible. Are you
enigmatic
kidding me?
symbols painted on the walls
Holy
as if they had
crap.
souls of their own.
I'm
But
subscribing.
These symbols,
Damn.
mysteriously bewitching at first, soon became oppressive.
Boom,
Their
I'm sub
intensity
now.
overwhelming as I trudged through this tunnel. The terrifying words and crashing cymbals seemed to surround me, their weight driving me to the brink of madness. Desperate, I escaped back into and through the solace of the waters below, where the harmonic chorus pleaded with me to stay.
Yeah, all the sound design, the music, and everything was just incredible in this game.
But I felt compelled to rise from the depths, breaking through into what felt like another world, and born into a dampened dream.
Yeah, this
or
was creepy as
perhaps
hell.
memory. On this highway underwater, with muted sounds, I found a lone stretcher. Attached was an IV bag, and scattered across it were coins. Payment for the ferryman Charon.
I was gonna say, is that payment for the dead? Yeah,
However, my
okay.
time here was short.
I just
My
thought of that
rebirth saw
too.
me rise up and out
That
of
does
the
make
waters
sense.
To give one final push out of the cave.
Coins for the
On the
ferryman, yeah.
beach, the moonlight haunts you
Huh.
as the narrator speaks of cars and electrical diagrams before coming to an offering of lit candles and pictures.
Dear
Of the
Esther,
car crash.
I find each step harder and heavier. I drag Donnelly's corpse on my back across these rocks, and all I hear are his whispers.
Corpse on
of
my
guilt,
back
his
is that
reminders
it's
of
him.
his
He's
burden,
dead
his
inside
neatly folded
because of it.
clothes. He
Right?
tells
He's
me
dragging
I
his own
was
corpse.
not
Like that's
drunk at all.
the
His
symbolism
voice,
of what he's saying, I
frantic
think.
and pleading, begins to peel back
Also,
the
there was
layers
a
of what
person up there. There's
actually
a person up there in
happened
this
and what
video,
entire
too.
Experience is. But first, we see a figure standing
Yes.
atop a hill.
Yes, we
looking off
do.
in the distance. Then we see medical equipment in one cave, a broken picture of Esther in the next, and rusted car parts buried in the last. We can not only piece together the clues and come to a realization, but come to an acceptance.
Yeah, I want to know what
As
like
many
the
of you
full
have come to the
script
conclusion
was.
By now, this island isn't a real place. There's car wreckage, books, and Spider-Man comics, out-of-place items strewn all around.
It's not a
the
real
island,
place.
And
Okay.
there's candles. Who could have put all the candles here and lit them all?
I guess I
In
didn't
fact,
take away that it wasn't a
the
real
character we
place.
play isn't actually there either. It's something akin to his soul, which is why he never talks or makes a sound and doesn't need to breathe, hence why he can stay underwater without needing air. Some people have theorized that the island is real, and some
I mean,
came
we
here knowing
we
that they
definitely
would
fell to
never
our
leave.
death though, and we definitely
And
drowned.
while that is
Those were
interesting,
achievements I
the devs
unlocked.
themselves have stated that the island isn't real. That despite being modeled after
Okay.
a real location, the island itself isn't an actual place in the game. This is the mental representation of our main character, meant to reflect the emotional turmoil and the stages of grief that he's going through because of what he had done.
There were
Yeah, we
chemical
were the
stains on
driver.
the
I
tarmac.
thought so.
The leak of air conditioning.
I
brake
thought we
fluid and
were. Okay, I got that
petrol.
right.
Kept sniffing at his fingers as he sat by the roadside, waiting as if he couldn't quite understand or recognize their
Yeah.
smell. He said he'd been traveling back from a sales.
So we
conference
were.
in
We
Exeter.
were the drunk
Stopped
driver.
For farewell drinks earlier, but had
We
kept a
were the
careful
drunk
eye on his
driver.
intake. You could hear
Not
the
careful
sirens
enough.
above the idling traffic.
Our protagonist was out driving. He had his wife with him, but because he'd been drinking, he got into a car crash that killed his wife.
Yeah, I was
His
right.
wife wasn't the only one who died, because when you consider the ultrasounds we hear,
His
and
child
what I
died,
think are
yeah.
flashes of the ultrasound pictures.
Yeah, his
when
his
you
child
die,
did.
plus the actual picture of the ultrasound from the bothy, you realize that his wife was pregnant. And as you have seen,
Damn.
whenever you die, he begs.
Come back.
Come back.
Damn.
which is him begging for his wife to return to
Dude,
the
a
land of
freaking
the living.
emotional gut
Of course,
punch. Holy
our protagonist
shit.
lived, as most drunk drivers do, but he killed Esther and his unborn baby. We can ascertain
Damn.
that he was drunk by looking at his dialogue, the chemical structures painted as
Yep.
hints, and even a bottle of whiskey found in an abandoned building, which was pointed out in the director's playthrough. The climax of Dear Esther occurs as you reach the highest point on the island, a radio tower. The journey up until this point has been one of quiet introspection, but the final moments bring a sense of culmination and comprehension.
We've always been drawn here. One day the gulls will return and nest in our bones and our history. I will look to my left and see Esther Donnelly flying beside me. I will look to my right and see Paul Jacobson flying beside me. They will leave white lines carved into the air to reach the mainland, where help will be sent.
The narrator's voice grows increasingly poetic as he reveals that the characters
it
he was
did.
talking about the whole time were actually himself,
And his
Paul,
wife,
his
yeah.
dead wife, Esther.
Oh, wait, he's
This
Paul?
game, this journey, was
Who
not
the hell's
just
reading?
one of the mind, but of him trying to work through his guilt with these letters
Is Paul
addressed
done?
to Esther.
I don't know.
However,
I'm
unable
a big
to
dum
cope
dum,
with
I
his
think, is
mistakes,
what it
unable
is.
to live and bear the weight of what he'd done, he killed himself in real life. Atop the radio tower, Paul jumps off, falling to his end, in the hopes that he would be reunited with Esther. I'd probably do the same thing that he did. If or when my wife passes, so too shall I. But before Paul hits the sand, he transforms into a bird.
Okay, I thought we might have turned into a bird with the,
This is signifying his release of guilt.
there was the
finally
eggs of the
gaining
nest, and
his
then also
freedom
we see
to
the
be
bird shadow
reunited
here as
with
well.
his wife and child. If Paul went to Silent Hill, which ending do you think he would have gotten? Click this video to see my explanation for every ending in Silent Hill 2.
Interesting. What an interesting game. Huh. I feel like I'm going to be thinking about that one for a while. Interesting. Okay.